Ah. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last parts, we headed off to the deserts of Amarang to find our friend Alize, who has been patrolling the deserts with sin eaters. We found her, some stuff happened, and now she's back here in the Crystarium. Now we gotta go hunt down Alphinaud, who is around an area called the Umor. Off video, I went ahead and did all of the side quests around the crematorium, around the Crystarium, as well as the side quests are in and around Amarang. I also went ahead and filled out the map for the Lakeland and got all of the travel Ethernet currents. So I went ahead and did that, so I don't have to worry about it later. But now we gotta go out for hunt for Alphinaud. So let's do it. So what can you tell me? You will visit Alphinaud and Khoulsia then. Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you'll need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction, presented to Zem Jinmai, Master Bisa, Temenos Rukri, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphinaud, be sure to pass him on my warmest regards. Alright, I can do that. So I want to mention something. We got patch 5.55 coming up in just a couple days. Tuesday, as a matter of fact. As I have stated before, my main takes priority when it comes to new stuff being added in. So I want to get as much done with Cecila before Tuesday. So your face is unknown to me. What business do you have you at my rookery? Huh. Son of the XIV, no less. Yes, I can provide you with a tomorrow for passage to Khoulsia. I'll pick you out a friendly welt. Mara, you're offering us a child in that, huh? That's right. Mounts like my great friend over there are the common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from further afield. More accustomed to chocobos, perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride a little less. Seeing as you're plainly unaccustomed to riding a Mara, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zun worthy of the name can do it, of course, but the XIV sent you to me. Yeah, ensuring your arrival is safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Mara launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. Alright. But yeah, I want to get as much done before Tuesday, so I have what's left of today. I have tomorrow, and I have Sunday's still up in the air because Sunday I work. My hours go back to normal, so we'll see how I feel after work. And then there's Monday, so I want to try to get as much done with Cecila. Because in patch 5.55. They're adding the next Boja stuff for the relics, and I have no idea how long that's going to take for me to complete them. You want to fly tomorrow to Khoulsia? Well, I suppose Master Jinmai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mount shortly. Yeah, I have no idea how long it'll take for me to complete the Boja stuff on my main. But don't worry.
潮風と繰り返す波の音。いつの世もその島では時がなぐ。垂れ込めた光の下ではなおのこと。もはや動くこともない一枚の絵のようだ。風に乗り華やかな演奏がかすかに届く。遠くに見える都市まではただ荒れ野が続いていた。
Khoulsia, what is that? That looks like a fun little place to go. Didn't Crystal Echo said there's a place for the rich? We arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Khoulsia. You should be safe here. Safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, senior attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. What's that? Spy that city in the distance? That is Umor, the city's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Umor and Ali have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say that our deals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarian was one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Umor is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Great. Wonderful. I'm glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has constructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Alright. If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarian was there. A man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Khoulsia and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme and that will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I'll stay here with you tomorrow until you're ready to return. Alright. So, as I was saying, oh, speaking of which, my controller. Oh. Okay. As I was saying, I have no idea how long the boats and stuff is gonna take me. Might take me a good fair bit. I don't see it taking me more than a week, or maybe I don't think it taking me more than a week, but I don't know. So here's my plans, since Cecil is gonna be put on hold for the time being. I could do both, but I don't want to focus on doing two characters at once. I guess I could. I don't know. I have two plans, which I haven't yet to decide on. What are you after? Fish? Crab? Think you got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you taste for them. Oh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in this pan, and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is that can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alphinaud, eh? I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Shit. That's good. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need to need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's the fishing village just up the path here. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and you'll see that Alphinaud joins you. Alright, so the plan that I'm having, either I still do Cecil, although go back to a sort of a schedule, or I mess with Cecil from like 3 to 8 or something like that, or I can actually load up a short game that I've been wanting to play for a while now. It's a game that I've played before, but it's been a game that I've been meaning to go back to. It's if you're familiar with my YouTube, it's the last game on my YouTube that I've done for YouTube where I've meant to do a revisit for a long time now. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. This is your first time in the tavern. It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What do you have? What will you be having? Let's go mead. A fine choice. What will you be paying with? Oh well, now those are exotic. Where'd you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one for the neighbors. So we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find and visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Did that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. Alright, free food! Alright, aha! Alright. Oh, it's up. Similar to Amarang, that area, the upper area we can't get access to yet. Not until later. Alright, sir. You need to take better care of your crops. Huh. I'll kick the door down if I have to. Your faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one's home, but judging from the lack of furniture, there have been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have been taking up residence in our absence. Well, so much for that. Ma'am! Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? Well, it was empty. Gone? must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town, outside Eulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You're more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house.
Yeah, 調子はどうだい?
Oh, I recognize that voice.
いらっしゃい。今日はすごいわよ。 よそのお客が一人来てるわ。
Alphinaud!
久しぶり。待たせてしまってすまなかった。頼まれていた麦の種だ。以前のものよりも多く実るだろう。
あら、よく譲ってもらえたわね。さすがアルフィノ、助かるわ。それじゃ私は増えちゃった空き家の片付けでもしてこようかしら。ここは好きに使ってちょうだい。
とても久々に君と会えた気がするよ。土間で捕虜交換があった時以来か。私の方はこちらの世界に来てから少し時間が経っているからね。本当に元気そうで何よりだ。
Me? I was more worried about you.
こっちで再会したアリ勢からもそう言われたよ。あんなに怒られたのは久々だ。改めてそれぞれの無事を祝そう。そして互いがここに至った経緯を交換しないかい？なるほど。水晶港やアリ勢からも事情を聞いてはいたが、やはり帝国との戦争は。それにタタルにも随分心配をかけてしまったようだ。どうにかしてみんなで無事に帰らなければ。埋め合わせにいい知らせをたくさん持ってね。そのためにも原初世界と第一世界の統合、第八霊災が発生するという可能性を見過ごせない。ウリエンジェが見た未来を私は本当に起こりうるものだと考えている。彼の証言によれば、原初世界において第八霊災のきっかけとなったのは帝国が使った姿なき死の兵器だったらしい。間違いない。黒バラという毒ガス兵器だ。私はガイウスと共に各地を巡っていた時にその再開発が進められているのを見た。ガイウスはそれをかつて廃棄した研究だと言った。しかし人の争いが絶えない限り、一度生み出された兵器は完全に消えることはない。原初世界で今ある黒バラを破棄するだけでは完全な問題解決にはならないのだ。そういった意味で私たちが第一世界に呼ばれたのは幸運だったんだ。私たちと水晶港の知識を合わせることで世界の統合が起こる真の条件がある程度見えてきた。詳しくはいずれウリエンジェ本人が話すだろうが、世界の統合はする側とされる側両方が重篤な危機に直面することで発生する。そしてここ第一世界側の危機というのが積み食いの問題なんだ。だから私はこれを解決したい。それにたとえそれが自分の生まれた世界のことでなくたって 目の前に苦しんでいる人がいるのを見なかったことにするなんて嫌なんだ。そのための足がかりとして世界政府を自称し、事実大きな権力を持つという都市ユールモアを知ろうと思ったんだ。これからすべきことを定めるために。よければ君にも同行してもらいたいのだが、どうだろうか。嬉しいよ。久々に君と旅ができる。改めてこちらでもよろしく頼む。
All right. What do we do now? Assuming you have no objections, let's make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we have time for our arrival just right, we may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west and then across a small bridge. I'll do these quests later. Khoulsia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me! Over there! Quickly, someone's in trouble! Uh-oh. The Sin Eater! I think the fates you... Look out! B? You're right, madam. My poor heart. Thank you, young miss. Now there you are. In my haste, lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Don't doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone unless you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger along this place. There's naught to be had but cobwebs and memories. As the lady says, many in these parts have been in their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Yes, Alice would be well qualified to speak on the subject. Compared to Amarang, Khoulsia is almost a haven. But as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived about a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Okay. I will hunt for currents later. This area is just a tad bit bigger than Meringue was. At least this half of the area. Ooh.
奥にあるのが歓迎の門。その向こうに見える都市が目的のユールモアさ。手前のここはゲートタウン。ユールモアに住むことを望む者が選ばれるのを待ちながら暮らしている場所だよ。
おお、いつもの変なチビかと思ったら新顔を連れてるじゃねえか。特技があるやつなら大歓迎だぜ。あんたは一体何ができるんだ？
彼女は移住希望者ではない。君たちの邪魔はしないから放っておいてくれ。
なんだと？こっちが善意で聞いてやってるのによ。
はーい、みんな注目。有望な市民候補の諸君、ご機嫌はいかがかな？今日はね、あるご婦人がとびっきり美味しい魚料理を食べたい気分なんだって。だからそれを作ってくれる子を探しに来たんだ。気に入ってもらえたらもちろん都市内で暮らせるよ。魚を食べない日だってずーっとね。さあさあ、名乗り出る人は次戦他戦は問わないよ。
魚か。誰かいたっけ？
彼女はどう？
ユールモアは世界政府を自称していると言ったね。実はあの都市には別の異名もあるんだ。最後の陥落都市。光の反乱を生き延びた鬼人や富豪が残った時間を楽しく遊んで暮らす場所。持たざる者である一般人がその楽園に住まうにはあんな風に人材として変われるしかない。
悪くなさそうだ。君をユールモアにお迎えするよ。幸せの街でこれからずーっと腕を振るっておくれ。 みんなのその期待に満ちた顔、言いたいことは分かってるよ。さあお待ちかね、彼女の素敵な門出を祝福してメオルの臨時配給だ。
待ってました。
どうぞ。
ありがたい。
私も。
あのメオルというのはゲートタウンの住民にユールモアが無償で配っている食料でね、都市内でも主食となっているものらしい。食べていくのも困難な時代だから、あれの配給に依存している住民も少なくない。だが私はどうも。
Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest of ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the last 2 decades, ever since Yumor's current ruler came into power. Yet, from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I've tried to propose ways that they can improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that... Well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gate Town and judge the situation for yourself. This place is not great. I don't like this place at all. So, it's all dank and dreary and gloomy. I don't like it. Can I go home? Large bubble really realize float in the otherwise plain broth. Meal. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that waits us inside me and inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Alright. Alright, what's your deal? Still here, are you? Can't blame me for wanting a slice of Yuma's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gate Town's not much to look at, but it's at least it's safe, and meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Hey, sir, you don't know nothing. You seen what Gate Town has to offer? Not much. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on the handouts of Miol and believe Yulmor is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive any other way of life. You disapprove of Yulmor? It is difficult to make a final judgment for seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes you feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters, however unjust the system seems to me. These people have claimed to be content with their lot. It is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But to take that elderly lady you rescued, does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Yulmor's Largus have doomed to suffer? In the end, they're all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and unattended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Yulmor's generosity truly serves the best interest for Khoulsia's people. I'm not so naive as to think that there's some miraculous solution to all this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken these long-delayed steps through Yulmor's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Zesla. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if it all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, and though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataro took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most shaded Yulmorian lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. Huh. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Why not? Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Mosha Moa, my supplier and right. Come, it is just the northwest of here. Uh-oh. Got someone spying on our conversation. Is there something I can do for you, my friend? Good day to you, Mosha. This is my associate Cessa. We're here to collect the produce I purchased. Eh? I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I don't know no such person. My still lad? Short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf since he seemed to know all the details. I just assumed. Confound it! Someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. This charlatan was here not long ago. He cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of the town, and I shall take the west. Great. Man, that guy moved fast, dude. Alright. Looking for a guy with blue hair. Where you at? Oh, I see you. Gotta zoom in really close by. Cecil, any sign of him? You have a keen eye. Let's move in before he makes good his escape. Sir, you ain't going nowhere. Busted.
私の使いを語って作物を持ち出したのは君だね。あれは大事な取引に使うんだ。返してくれないか。
許してください。俺どうしてもユールモアに入りたかったんです。身内はいないし、ここでできた友達はみんな選ばれていってしまいました。それ以来周りとはあんまり仲良くなれなくて、配給のメオルすら残りカスしか回ってこないんだ。何をやってもみんなは俺を推薦してくれないし、お腹も空いてたまらなく惨めで、それでこのまま死ぬくらいなら機械を盗んででも入ってやろうって思ったんです。
君、名前は？
カイシルです。
ではカイシル、ユールモアに入る以外の選択肢はないのかい？例えばクリスタリウムに行くのはどうだろうか。あそこなら都市に養ってはもらえずとも働いた分の見返りはきちんともらえるはずだ。
ダメなんです。ユールモアじゃなきゃ。俺の友達がいるのはあの町だから。いつかみんなであの豪華な都市で暮らすんだって約束したんです。
温度族との取引場所はクレイブ灯台だ。それから私のやろうとしてた商売やユールモアに売り込む方法について説明しておくよ。
譲ってくれるんですか？
あくまできっかけを貸すだけさ。そこから先は君自身が頑張らなくては成し遂げられないよ。
はい、ありがとうございます。
私たちにとっては単なる調査、機会を改めることもできる。しかし彼にとっては人生をかけた一大事だ。譲ったことに後悔はしていないし、彼の成功も祈っている。それでも良い判断ではなかったかもしれないな。 一刻も早くこの世界を救うべきなら、そうしないと多くの人や君が死んでしまうなら、彼を押しのけてでも進むべきだったのかもしれない。
That's not who you are. Or quite possibly, meaning we'd better hurry up and think of a new plan. Nah, let's go with this one.
So だろうか。エスティニアン殿がいたら、相変わらず甘い坊ちゃんだとたしなめられていたに違いない。だが、ありがとう。結果的にはどちらも幸せになれるようまた頑張るよ。ではひとまずライト村に戻ろうか。あれは
Uh-oh, someone's on the beach.
かなり遠いが、人が倒れている。何かあったのかもしれない。急いで助けに行こう。
Oh, Alphinaud just never ends with you, is it? Whee! Alright, where's this guy at? You alright, sir? Bet you took care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg of you. Hey, breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. I thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll set up for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal. I was invited to Yulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just quickly turfed me onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamn ocean. From up there? How are we not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have accounted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Oh, without a second thought. And when Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one uses so much as blinks when let alone argues. In Yulmore, his word is law. Oh great, this place is sounding better and better. The more I hear of it. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend my thoughts toward securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, you must convey Tristel to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Away into the city. Be fast if I just teleport back to right. I pray to extend my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life, and if you'll permit, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I'm able at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my sabers into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. Yulmore and Elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning what such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I will do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay too long in this place. Not with that sea brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to the new lands and a new profession. And I'll keep you in my Paris from now on until my dying day. The City of Pleasure! They say kindness has its own reward, but Tristel has repaid us with a gift that as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon its advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some mock skill with the brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. Bro! Have you seen your paintings that you've done? The sketches that you've done for us? Modest skill my foot. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, may have you compose as my assistant. And it's settled. All we need to do is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. All right. Back to Gate Town, and away we go. I believe there are a lot more story quests in this expansion because we're still in the 70s for main story quests. But then here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plume. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint portraits, at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. Well, fortunately, you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof are you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is something seen sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you'll note that it has seen no small amount of service. Ho ho ho. Flecks of paint, both old and new. A tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conned on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who's this hanger-on? Will Wisher or Parasite? Why, this is my assistant. She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I'll go with her or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave her fate in the hands of your new employer. Matters not a whit to us. And having filled our late's vacant space, we retire to Yulmore's sweet embrace. Huh. Oh, mercy me, the mule! We almost took our leave without having leaving a proper loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. Well, that worked. Surprisingly.
世界は救われない。今その言葉を否定できるのはよほどの聖人かバカ、またはこの町の住民だろう。堅牢だった海の都は世界の終わりを前に浮かれ騒ぎを始めた。
Yulmore.
悲しみを忘れるために喜劇を演じているのか、あるいはここに限り永遠が約束されているのか。
Alright, before I talk to you, lass. Got some Ethernet shards to link up to. This place is not great. I mean, I guess this is better than Gate Town, but shit, man. There's really not much to this area at all. Yulmore is this expansion's Ralger Reach, or Mordona, or Idleshire. Alright, now I'm gonna tune to those. Welcome, welcome to the City of Final Pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No? Not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Our first task is to register his residence. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head out through the joyous halls. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice, loud voice. Our clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gaytown, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means, take your time. Wait, why waste another moment? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we had better show ourselves willing for the time being. Welcome to you, more fortunate friends. May I have your names? I'm Alphinaud, an artist, and this is Cecil, my assistant. Ah, yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. You can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Umar are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favor of the Lord of all three, and the bonded, who will work in the employ of the free. You'll be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve the patron in the capacity in which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And what might you tell us about the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Chai News and Dahlia Chai, a Maistel couple whom most refer to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment please while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped to be official Umoran citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. Here you go. What do we have here? Alphinaud artist, Cecil artist assistant. It's been employed in the service of Lord Chai News and Lady Dulia Chai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Oh dear. Huh. You smell hideous, well excuse me. Did you crawl through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the delusory next door and scrub yourselves clean, because whatever showers are available are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Cornine, the guard of the stairs, will give you the directions. I didn't realize we were so aromatic. Huh. I mean, to be fair, I don't think we've ever bathed once. Myself clean from the steam of water. Alright. Throw that on. Alright, sir. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? It's not... Is it not... As to say... Seems rather exposed for one's ebulations, is it not? Hurry up and shower, Stink. What did Sidian say? I look like we're drying your hair by now. Good gods, you will mention nothing of this. Swear to me. Well, that was bracing. I can believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons, eh? Kareen! You're looking to present yourselves to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how the city is laid out then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer is called the buttress. Above us is the understory where the military has its headquarters, and above that, you got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Yulmar spend their days. So if you want to find your patrons, you'll want to keep climbing up till you run out of stairs and look for the Grand Dame's parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. Alright. Yeah, I need right in there. I need I got a tune too. Oh god, I remember that bullshit. So that lookout point right there. That is a royal pain in the ass to get to, because you need to climb. You gotta go up there and kind of time it to land on top of there. It's a real pain in the ass. You could probably get it from there if you actually, try. But I'm not. Maybe later. Maybe later. Alright. Alright, how do I get back up there? Nuts bored. Alright, so the thing about this aetheryte, you can't attune to it. Once you progress into a certain point in the story, then you can attune to the aetheryte, but until then, we can't. Which makes me wonder, are these NPCs here? This is where you exchange for your tome stuff. Yeah, it's not here. I figured as much. Delia Chai and Chai News. Fat cats.
Ara, あなたは?
お初にお目にかかります。画家をお探しのチャイ夫妻でいらっしゃいますか？
おお、ではお前たちが新しい。
まあまあまあ、なんて可愛い男の子なの。ふわふわの髪にお上品なお顔立ち、それになんだかお花のいい香りもするわ。あなた、私この子が一目で気に入っちゃった。きっと、絶対に素敵な絵を描いてくれるわ。
先日手放したあの下手で陰気な画家よりはマシだといいんだが。
それじゃあ改めてよろしくね。
アルフィノと申します。奥様、旦那様。こちらの助手ともどもよろしくお願いいたします。
雇われる際に家族を伴ってくるやつはいるが、その年で助手を連れているとは珍しいな。
実際家族のようなものです。血こそつながってはおりませんが、私が辛い時には必ずそばにいてくれました。そして誰よりも私の絵を理解してくれています。彼女と共に仕上げてこそ、私の絵はご夫妻にふさわしいものとなるでしょう。しかし絵の描き始めに限れば働くべきは私だけです。そこでもしよろしければ助手には町の見学をお許しいただけないでしょうか。これまで私を支えてくれた礼に憧れのユールモアをいち早く見せてやりたいのです。
まあなんていい子たちなんでしょう。そういうことなら存分に見学をしてらっしゃいな。いいわよね、あなた。
ああ、まあお前がそう言うなら。
Out of all the characters in Shadowbringers, surprisingly enough, I actually really like these two. They're not bad. They're actually pretty good. They're actually pretty good. Now that you have the opportunity to experience Yulmore, I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with a canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share your local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in return. We should both learn as much as possible from our new place of residence. Alright. Oh, hello there. A fresh visitor, are we? You seem a little lost. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? Big, strong lad, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized he'd dropped my handkerchief, and now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I'll be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. Alright, where's this guy at? Uh-oh. Sir, you look like you're in some trouble here. How the hell did this happen? Fucking what? That was too close. Thank you, Fernand. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something, so I thought if I could stretch out far enough. You must think highly of your mistress. She's my entire world. Without her, I'm nothing. When I first came to Yulmore, I thought a little of improving my lot in life, but there was so much more to the city than wealth and plenty. There was no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Khoulsia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I might have gotten a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. When she hears of your deed, we witnessed her to her generosity firsthand. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. My attendant told me everything. I'm so very grateful you were here to offer your assistance. You value him highly, then. As if you remember my own family. I cannot live the wonderful life I lead without him. We free citizens owe the bond of our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment, but in Yulmar, our most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that treasure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I have not forgotten about you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. All this talk of relying on the bond and I haven't even given a thought as to what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. A tour of the city, is it? Then you really must visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of Taista Bai usually has her seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak with you about any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side. Alright. Beehive, huh? Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell at a glance when folk are new to our city or happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering you see, always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at ease, eh? A quick game of high and low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor. Within reason, of course. Interested? Oh, good. Wonderful. Let's do it. Let's play. Good for you. Now let's sound like the president, I say. Oh, God. It's these kinds of games. So long as it's not poker, I'm good. 3 cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours, and I flip 2 of mine. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Oh, fuck. So let's see. She's got... That's 9. She's got 6 or 5. She's got 14. Low. Going with low then. Let's see what we've got. My cards are up to 18, and you have a total of 15. Aha! First try. Congratulations, your guess was right. Usually I can see defeat at this point, but what do you say to a rematch? One more win, we'll talk about that favor. Alright. Let me see if I can get first try again. She's got 3, 5, 7. I'm gonna go with low again. Maybe I'll get lucky. Oh fuck, that's not good. Oh no! Seriously? That was I was like she beat me by like by one. Was that it? Bullshit. Oh, that's a good card. I'm going with low. Let's... Oh, I definitely won this. I totally won that. Well, would you look at that? I think you got an knack for this, newcomer. Congratulations, victory is yours, as is the prize I promised. Come whisper in my ear then, don't be shy. Tell old Tysta what she can do for you. That's all? How delightfully wholesome. But if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Siniers. They say Lord Valthor was born with the power to command them, which means no Yulmor need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Atheran over there. There is not that Mary Sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. Huh. What's that? New to Yulmor, are you? Only just arrived and they're already looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm already all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I'll tell you what, you hop on that stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. There's a lookout point? This is a weird lookout point, but whatever. Oh, I gotta do the plain old lame-ass dance. That's the dance. Wait, dance like there's no tomorrow. Now that was a show. You're welcome to clamber up on stage with any time you like. Now, what was it you wanted to ask me? Yeah, something about our fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Yulmoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Siniers. Things changed for us, around 20 years ago now, when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got his way with the eaters, you see. Turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Yulmor. No longer an army to be feared. And yet, elsewhere, there are still fools who insist on fighting and losing battles. Huh. A toast to Lord Valthor. Oh. This sounds very interesting. Alright. Oh, you returned from your jaunt around the city? So soon? You need to hurry back. Young Alphinaud has yet to put brush to the canvas. Or is he anyway? Well, one cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. I had a wardrobe change. I put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me, that last outfit was precious, but this makes you look more positively dashing. You're truly a handsome boy, however I might decide. What happened to painting? I don't recall as part of the artistic process. Exactly. The lad is an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. It's about time we set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly... Well, I'd not... As to say, as long as you... can't argue with the woman. Just make sure you give the lad prior time to prepare. We know who will be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall I pick up some jewelry next? The guy can't argue with the man, or with the lady. Huh. You clearly know who's running the show. Lady Shai has a very particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. But this obsession of hers works in our favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time you use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the lair below us and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understudy has its own tale to tell. Alright. You know what? I can just teleport there. I can't because I don't have access to Aetheryte. Fuck. Whee! What's going on with you? You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me? Please, I need your help. My throat, I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. If my patron thinks I'm no use to him, then I need you to sneak out into the derelicts and describe my condition to Thorich. Here's a list of symptoms, and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Uh-oh. Night soil pots, is it? Alright. You need medicines, tonics, potions. A cure for an alien voice, is it? No, no medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. It must be cut out, excised, and even the voice may even never heal completely. Poor little songbird, will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Oh, your face, you didn't know? Of the many hopefuls you wanted to see, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. You might see one or two fortunate souls hurled from the balconies, but the rest? Gone. A town of nightmares it is. Not for the ship's rat. Oh, no, no. I am content to scurrying around town here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You got my verdict and I have my meal. Good day. Good lord. That guy was not very helpful. Did you get my medicine? Well... So that's it? What am I gonna do if I can't sing? Oh, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not in the mend. Oh, generous sir, have mercy! I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said... So you've been suffering all this time? I'm sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trialing by casting you out onto the street. You're too kind, sir. But what use am I if I can't sing? I fear the day I become more burden to you than treasure. Then I shall have my word with Lord Vothor and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where residents neither pain nor illness will sing your song ring out clearly once again. Or mayhap you think it's a step too far? No, you would do that for me? Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. Ascension? You must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the sin eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them into a celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vothor that we learn this truth. It is through Lord Vothor's grace that the free people of Umor are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment until at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, should their patrons deem them worthy. Lord Vothor truly is a great man, isn't he? Now, if you'll excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you've shown, my precious canary. All right. I'm getting a lot of mixed messages around here. That's right, I can't freaking go to the Aetheryte because I don't have access to it. God damn it. Alright, Alphinaud, I got a report for you. Why can't there be an Ethernet showed up here? I mean, I guess it's kind of pointless because you have the Ethernet right there, the big crystal right there, but... It's good to see you back. You were taking so long, I began to worry something had happened. I've begun sketching an outline for the portrait, but... Nay, the Chinese appeared otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigations have gleaned thus far? So, Lord Vauthry boasts some manner of influence over the Siniers, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. As for this ascension business, I cannot help but be put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. If so many people have entered the city over the years, then where do they go? Take my eye off you for one moment. You're chatting away with your assistant, that assistant of yours. I'm going to assume the outline is done then? What in the blazes? What? It's so flattering. Explain yourself, Alphinaud. What is your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility and overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. Lord Chai, you say that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary, yours being a joyous union. It seemed to me that a realistic portrayal... Realistic? I don't want realism, I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees, to make people cry out in amazement. Now fetch a blank canvas and... Uh-oh. I say, did that come from above? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The tale will make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain in the loose set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of judgment is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. Malcontent? How dreadful. And this man is face sentencing? That's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along with this experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the emergence, the level above us where Lord Vauthry resides. Ordinarily, it would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next a little while. A crown lift will take you up there. We better not dawdle then. Oh boy, what's going on here? Join the crowd up there? Sure. What could go wrong?
バウスリー。
He's fat. Good Lord, he looks like he's eating too much meal. Oh, they're seniors.
あの取り巻きは積み食いか。人を襲いもしないなんて、これが彼の力なのか。あれは。
Oh.
カイシルじゃないか。一体どうして。
なんだお前たちは。勝手に飛び込んできて失礼なやつめ。
ドン・バウスリー、これは何事か。なぜ彼が傷ついているのです。
なぜって罪を罰するのは当然だろう。そいつは嘘をついたんだ。敏腕商人だというから招き入れてみたが、叩けば叩くほどボロが出る。ユールモアは支え合いでできている愛の都だぞ。与えることもできないのに与えてもらおうだなんて許しがたいゴミくずだ。だから私は嘘の罰としてそこから飛んで出て行けと命じたんだ。なのにそれだけは許してくださいなんてピーピー泣きわめく。慈悲深き長としては別のことで誠意を見せてもらうしかないだろう。
何をさせたんだ。
積み食いはユールモアの同胞、そして生き物の体を構成するエーテルはその餌になる。だからそいつには肉を捧げろと言ったのさ。自分で自分の体からそぎ取って。なのにそれすらも最後までやり遂げられないときた。まったくもって面白くもありゃしない。
確かにカイシルには偽りがあったかもしれない。だが彼は本当に強くこの都市に憧れていたんだ。それにこのような暴力と恥ずかしめで応じるのがユールモアの民なのか。
浅はかなやつめ。この壊れた世界に夢のある楽園を築くことがどれだけ難しいと思う？必要なのは永久に脅かされることのない安全とたった一つの揺るぎなき秩序だ。そしてそれをもたらすことができるのは積み食いを従えられる私だけ。故に私こそが絶対の正義。その言葉に従えない者は処断すべき悪党なのだ。どんな些細なことでもな。
これの何が楽園か。
ところでお前、ここにいるからには腕を買われたんだろう。何のために雇われたんだ？
絵を描くためだ。
ほほう、画家か。ならば私のために一枚描くがいい。綺麗に描けたらこたびの無礼を許してやろう。引き続きユールモアに住まわせてやるぞ。おい、何を勝手なことをしている。私が絵を描けと言っているのだぞ。
あなたに必要なのは絵画ではなく鏡だ。醜悪の塊が煮崩れたようなご自身を一度よくご覧になるといい。歩けるかい？
あいつら、私を別あいつら許さない。人形にだってしてやるものか。苦しめて恥ずかしめて殺してやる。
Yeesh! Laying it on a little thick there, but he's well deserved. Forgive me. In my anger, I seem to have marched us back outside again. Though it's probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome meal more. In any case, I've seen enough of this world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Siniers will find new allies in Khoulsia. I'll accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Kai Shir, you've done yourself a grave disservice. You were hungry and desperate and offered you a solution without once considering the risk inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. And now Lord Vothor wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there if you're willing. No. That would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. You Morans may yet come looking for us. I'll keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. Alphinaud! Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blaze did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphinaud. Now I've had my many a beautiful and striking picture painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak to Lord Vothor and he's vouched for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. I'm sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further. We're leaving. I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind as to procure for me. One moment. I wouldn't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. I will return, I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. So I like these two. The guy, the husband, he eventually comes around, but Lady Chai is definitely on our side. All right. Alright. Let's get out of this place. I've seen enough. Thank you, my friend, for staying at my side through this whole sordid endeavor. While it's not quite the joyous outcome I'd hoped for, our efforts have nonetheless answered a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the furs are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Vothri and his subjects. Come, we must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over. All right. It's good to be back amongst friends, not to mention my dear sister. I have not seen her for some time, but I guess she is keen and pressed on with her plans as I am. Now you've seen quite a lot of the first for yourself now, more than enough to appreciate the scale of the obstacles we face. Let us lay our discoveries before the Exarch can discuss what must be done. Sweet! Alright, so this is a good place to stop. So when we come back, now that we have Alphinaud and Alizé with us, let's see where our adventures take us to next. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.